This is how we got ready for the hurricane in Port Arthur, Texas. We got the power generator out. We checked some of the plants, also with the power lines. And then we stocked up on a few cases of water. That's the hurricane behind us. Yeah, y'all be safe, y'all. Oh my God.
Hey, it's your girl Ebony with Positive Mind Frame. Cloud, can I get your mind sane? Welcome. Today is a very unique day and video because I'm in the middle of a hurricane, guys. I've never been in one. This is my first time. Right now it's a lot of wind and rain, and we are prepared. Have a generator, water, food, have all that. I have to ask for advice from a lot of people. Even though I've been in Texas for 4 years, the area that I live now, I've only been in here for 2 years. So it is different. You know, like again, I'm from Nebraska actually. So, you know, we have snowstorms or snow blizzards, tornado, okay. But a hurricane, I don't. This is so different. Like, I don't know. Like I'm overthinking, like, is it gonna wash over us? Like, I don't know. It's just so different. It's so different. And preparing, at least in Nebraska, like, though we have snow, we have all 4 seasons in Nebraska, they have the infrastructure and they have everything. You know, I was born and raised there, so I know what to do. But Hurricane Beryl, what kind of name is Beryl? You know, I'm not the hurricane's named at this point. But it's so different. Like right now, it's just raining and windy. It's different, y'all. I don't know. I'm not raised here. I had to ask for so much advice. I went on Pinterest on how to prepare. And as you guys know, I have my lovely dog, Sayla. She's with me too. So it's like, I don't know what to do, but I've gotten so many great advice from a lot of coworkers and websites and just other people who I mingle with. So it was really good to kind of pick their brain. But so far, I know that it's going through Houston, so far that I know of. It went through Galveston. It did some damage. So far I know of. I don't know of any fatalities for sure. So I'm praying that everyone who watched this video and is in the Texas area where the Hurricane Beryl is coming through or towards, I pray that you're safe, prepared, and it's different. it's different. So people have been checking in on me, and so I thank you so much for that. I know that this year so far with any other state, it's been a little weird weather. So just please stay prepared, stay cautious of everything, and just please stay safe. So that is my little disclaimer, especially for this weather with this weather. And you know, I'm in a hurricane. Like, I'm looking out the window and I can't believe it. I'm not from this. Like, give me a little snow blizzard, I know what to do, okay? But a hurricane, y'all, with lots of water, but so talk about the hurricane, and kind of goes in what my video is going to talk about. It's going to be a little fun video. It just different sides of how I lived in Nebraska and here to Texas, or Texas versus Nebraska, or Nebraska versus Texas. I'll probably do Nebraska versus Texas. It is a huge mindset change, I will say. So I've been in Texas for 4 years overall, but the part I live in now, I've only been here for 2. So I like Texas overall. I really do. Like, there's stuff to do. There's events you can go to. You can go down to Houston if you want to do something fun, or go to Dallas. Lots of concerts here, and I do like concerts. The last one I went to was actually Joe, K. Michelle, and Monica. Had a blast. I went by myself. I had a really good time. I sang all the songs, that, of course, the ones that I know, but I knew mainly more of Monica and Joe songs. I know some of K. Michelle songs, but the concerts here are great. They're always having some type of event. You could do a lot of things here. I feel like you are able to start businesses here. though there could be competition, but hey, if you know your purpose and you know your gifting, your gift will make room for you. So just remember that. But I feel like you can really grow and thrive here. The thing is, Texas makes you want to be financially stable. I will say that because down here it's so expensive. I know like taxes are going up. I know that food, they have food tax here. In Nebraska, we don't have food tax. So that was different. Like I can buy this little Snicker bar for $1.83, but it'd be like $2.13 later. So that was one I had to really get used to. So making sure the extra taxes are there. Okay, business-wise, especially as talking business, what I have experienced, and maybe some people have experienced it too, people do not follow through here. From what I've experienced. I'm not saying all Texans are like that. Majority of people that I do business with, they don't follow through. They don't communicate. They say one thing and it'll be a whole nother thing. Okay, back at home in Nebraska, like we're gonna make sure we follow up. Most of us do. Like we're gonna follow up. We're gonna make sure, like, hey, sorry I didn't get to you on time. It's like me as the person that want to do business with you, like at least have some type of communication with me. If it's a no, just say no. If it's a yes, let's go ahead and get it going. Don't be lollylagging. Like lollylagging. That's gonna word I'm gonna use today, lollylagging, or dragging feet with it. So that is something that I have experienced so far in Texas. The craziest thing that I have never experienced so far is racial profiling. It was, I think, a week or two after I got here. I was still getting like furniture or whatever. And of course, I went to a Walmart. So I was getting some big items, you know, just to make sure that my room was good. And it was so many people that had big items, but there was a lady of a different color came up to me. It was like, hey, do you have everything you need? I'm like, yes. And she said, so how many things do you have here? I said, enough. And tell me why she stood there the whole time behind me while I was checking out. Mind you, there was other people that had big items, but she chose to stand where I was. And I'm like, ma'am, there's other people here with big items. Like if I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't pick it up. And she was counting my items, so I've never felt so small. And I told my best friend, actually who I was staying with when I moved here, I told her, I was like, yo, like this happened. I don't know how y'all Texans work, but I just felt really, you know, really small when she did that. And maybe that Walmart had a high theft rate. I don't know. That's not my business. But don't come to me out of everybody and just make sure I stood there and make sure I scanned all my items. It just made me feel, as a chocolate person, really like inferior. Chocolate, 100% melanin, by the way. So it just made me feel really small. And I think I talked to my parents about it too. I just let it be water off my back at the end of the day because I knew how my intentions were. But I was just trying to just furnish like my room. So it was just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Another thing is I did experience a situation at a gas station where, as people will call it, a Karen. This lady, so my car locked up, I was getting gas. And this lady comes up to me while I was in the car. I was trying to figure out what was going on with my wheel. She comes up to my window and says, do you know how to drive? I need this pump. I said, ma'am, I'm gonna need for you to get away from my car. Like, I'm already upset because my car is locked up. Now you're adding on more pressure. Like, just get away from my car. And so she moves away, comes back. I promise you, literally 3 seconds later, do you know how to drive yet? I said, ma'am, I already told you one time to get away from my car. And so she moves away, and my car, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. Because, you know, number one, like, I am considerate of the people trying to use the gas. But if my car locked up, I don't know what to do. And she comes back again, and she was like, do you need help moving your car? And I don't know what I said, but I do remember yelling at her. I said, ma'am, do you not see me trying to figure out what's going on in my car? You go back to your car, go to another pump. So she moves away. And there was a stranger that actually helped me get my car unlocked. I guess it was just in the wrong gear and I was trying to turn. And then she comes up to me, oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry that I acted that way, that I just needed gas. I said, ma'am, You didn't have no right to yell at me, but there's other gas stations that you could have went to if I was taking forever. You have a blessed day. I just drove off. So now I've never experienced that in Nebraska either. Like, Texas is just so different. And the other thing is the lingo. I have never heard of the word slacked up before. Okay, when it's rainy, and I guess in Nebraska, what I have heard growing up, that the rain is calming down. In Texas, they say slacked up. When I first heard that, I'm like, slacked up where? Like, who is, like, who ain't doing their job? Like, what's going on? Talk about the rain. Slacked up. I have not used that term since I've been here. It just still doesn't feel real yet. It's slacked up. Another thing that they say for like mineral water or sparkling water, they say sugar water, seltzer water. There's one more. Fizzy pops. They have different words for like mineral water or pop. And they do say soda here. I still say pop. People keep asking me where I'm from. They think I'm from California because I don't have their accent, of course, but I speak proper at the same time. So they think I'm from California. They say I have an accent. I don't think I have one, but to them, they feel like I have an accent. And yes, they have the long out draws here. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all want some stew? I don't know how to do the accent here, so don't come for me. Okay, another thing was buggies. That one threw me for a loop. So when I moved here, I worked at a grocery store, just to get into the workforce a little bit, because I did move here when COVID was here. So a lot of jobs weren't hiring. So, I have to do what I have to do. So I worked at H-E-B here. H-E-B I love it. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all store. Okay, so when I moved here, I applied for H-E-B. I got the job on the spot. It was great. So I remember being at the cash register and there was a customer. She was like, hey, where are the buggies? Tell me where I'm looking down like this. Like, what type of bugs are running around? They was talking about carts the whole time. And I'm looking around like, what type of buggies? Like big, large, small, I don't see any. They were talking about the carts. So I got used to that term because back in Nebraska, we say carts are baskets. Unless, maybe some southerner came and still call it buggies or whatever. But I'm so used to carts and baskets. Buggies. I'm looking around, y'all, like there's some black ants or something around. So that was a change. Down here, the weather is great. I love the weather. I do like the heat. It gets overly humid though, I feel like sometimes, to the point you can't breathe. I remember moving here and the weather was 113 degrees. I said, who's going where? There's people outside. Like I said, Texas to a lot of things to do. And when I first moved here, I was in the Austin area. So it was hot. And people are outside, they going running, went swimming, they walk in the trails. They did so much stuff like outside. And I'm from Nebraska. It rarely gets that type of temperature, at all. So I'm like, baby, I'm inside for the day. Give me some ice cream, cool down. But I did eventually, go to explore. I don't think that day, but it was hot. It was very hot. And even still to this day, it's hot and humid here. Now, Nebraska, I love Nebraska. Will I ever move back? I don't know. With these hurricanes right now, hurricane or tornado, which one would y'all choose? Hurricane or tornado? I have no clue. But in Nebraska, it has cooler weather. It can get humid there. Not as humid as Texas, though, I will say. And I feel like my skin cleared up a lot when I was in Nebraska. Well, I've been in Texas for 4 years, so my skin has adjusted to the weather. I remember moving to Texas and I broke out really bad. There was some cedar wood I was allergic to and my eyes were puffy. So just a different environment from what I grew up in to here. It was definitely a big adjustment. It was a huge adjustment, number one. Nebraska is very beautiful scenery. I did not know until I actually went to go visit a few months ago that we have a lot of trees. Here, it's very clear clouds. They have palm trees here, and I am a big fan of palm trees. I love palm trees. If you see my phone case, I have palm trees. I got a palm tree bonnet. Like, I just love palm trees. So I've always wanted to move somewhere that does have palm trees. So I'm excited that I'm actually to live in that now, to live in a space where there are palm trees here. In Nebraska is different kinds of trees. We have all 4 seasons there. The leaves turn colors. I love it. The snow will snow. So I would say get snow tires. Be careful while you're driving in the snow. The weather, I do like the weather in Nebraska too. Not too hot, not too cold. The summertime, it can get hot, but ain't nothing beating Texas, man. Texas got a run. They will have a run for your money. It is hot down here. And some people like it, some people don't. I prefer heat over cold, but that's just how I am. Nebraska, the people there are great. I really do like them. They know how to conduct business. For the most part, they know how to communicate. They won't lollygag around. For the most part, they will follow through on what they say. I'm not saying that all businesses do that in Nebraska, but from my experience, and I'm not trying to be biased because I lived there majority of my life, it's just that it's just really different. Even when I moved to Texas, I'm like, people don't know how to conduct business. My parents are on the same page. I'm like, how come they don't know how to communicate? They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to follow up. We have to do the following up when they told us that they're going to follow up. So that was a big one, was the business mind. Nebraska is a great place, I would say, to start a business and definitely thrive and grow. But I would say, if you want to move around to expand your business, I think moving out of Nebraska would be great for that. Like Texas, you can have so many great ideas, though you may have competitors, but as I say, with everything, that your gift will make room for you. So just know what you're doing and how to do it. So I think Texas is more strategic and more thorough with everything, but also like, you know who your competitors are, so you know how to gauge your audience better than Nebraska do. Like I said, I could be totally wrong. I could be wrong, but this is just from my experience. Nebraska, you can start a business and you can definitely thrive. But if you want to expand, I think going outside of Nebraska would be a great decision too. Texas will challenge you mentally, financially, because a lot of people here, like, they know what they want to do. Even though that the prices are high, you have to be some sort of like financially stable. It will challenge you to think and do better. I would definitely say that, because it's like, hey, I want to meet this financial goal or this financial goal. You don't have to hustle it out to do it. And Nebraska, they have some great jobs there that pay very well. I know the cost of living is a lot lower as well, so you're able to save and be comfortable. But being here, to me, it is challenging. So it's like you have to really use your gifts to get what you want, I would say. Nebraska, the same thing. I feel like it's not as challenging, but if you want to start something big or such as a business, I think that is a good idea to start there. What else? Nebraska, I see y'all developments. It looks so beautiful down there, especially in downtown area. I'm from Omaha, born and raised there. So Nebraska and Omaha, I see the developments. It's so nice. I was able to experience a little bit of it when I was there a few months ago. So I've had a good time. Let's see, Nebraska, I don't know. I know everybody, but I do see the differences as well. Mine's this hurricane versus tornadoes, and I am praying for those who were affected in April with the tornado situation. I think it was April 25th, 26th. They had 3 tornadoes in a row. My whole time living there, I have not actually seen a tornado. I know that there was different parts in Nebraska that had tornadoes, but it did hit close to my hometown in Omaha. So I'm praying for those affected, especially in Blair, sending love your way. And my gosh. And if you ever need a church home, please go to Ambassador's Worship Center. I highly recommend it on 4th Street. But so far, those are my experiences with the transition from Nebraska to Texas. I have so many ideas to grow, to thrive, and I have the support of my family and friends here to grow more. So I have been putting those into practice, getting the works done on that. Because I want to become influential, of course. But I want to make sure that my foundation is great, because if my foundation is not right, then things can kind of tumble over with my business ideas. So far I have been putting in the works for that. Remember, on July 17th is our giveaway. We will be doing a raffle for a lucky winner to receive some positive mind frame items. Please go ahead and drop this emoji right here in the comment section. You have to be subscribed to the channel, have to like this video and share it. And also with this emoji up here. So please don't forget our giveaway on July 17th where we do our raffle. I'm super excited for that. This will be my first giveaway. I want to say thank you to all of you who have been so supportive of me, even my friends, my family. I want to say thank you. Even the people who don't know me, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any video ideas, please drop them below. I have a long list of video ideas, but I thought this would be a cool little video about my transition from Nebraska to Texas, or the differences they are. And pray for Texas in general as we endure Hurricane Beryl. I pray no fatalities, of course, and everyone is okay and safe and prepared. And just remember 3 things: that you are loved, you are valued, and you are enough. Have a good one. I'll see you Wednesday with Mama T.